Yo, hey guys, it's Beast, back with some more beastly content, and the title is correct. It's time to retire the 8-man, 1-man hive. So, I actually haven't logged into it in so long that most of the base plots have unlocked, like, they have despawned, so technically you could place them back, but I've decided just to go ahead and kill this perma-server entirely. I'm working on a 16-man, 1-man hive on Way of Winter, and all of my time is being dedicated to that. It's a skyplot base to add to that, and it's all the gravity crystal farmings mainly. But I want all the devs I have on this perma-server. Now, I will say I actually didn't get everything. A lot of the stuff that was still in, like, I guess silos are still on the character or something, are all in, like, the space-time backpack, which has 30 days to collect on most of the accounts. I actually was going through the accounts, but I forgot to actually collect the space-time backpack because I'm not used to that, because that's a new feature. But regardless, we did get most of the deviations. What I was actually doing was just going through account to account and dropping my deviations to my main account and then taking them to Eternal Land directly while the world was still active and the service still existed, and you know, just placing them all in storage there, taking them all out of any storage I had them put in and putting them in Eternal Land. We ended up coming out with like 500 deviations or something crazy like that. I'm mainly doing this because I wanted every single one of the Digbees I have. Now, once again, I'm pretty sure half of my Digbees are locked up in the space-time backpack across like 6 other accounts, because I got one of the space-time backpacks. I did it on the very last account, actually. I thought about it and I was like, oh, what about the space-time backpack? Now, technically, there were only 2 primary storage accounts on my 8-man, 1-man server, and I didn't collect the space-time backpack from both of those, so that should be a bunch of E-parts and a bunch of other materials that we actually need to go get collected within 30 days from those accounts. So I will have to get onto those characters, go to their E-lands, and collect from the space-time backpack as soon as possible, because otherwise we're going to lose all that material forever. So we didn't actually get like the full retirement payout here, but I will say I'm happy with my payout. I really do like it, and I really love the amount of Digbees I am able to bring in. Tons of wish boxes, and I already have tons of wish boxes over on Way of Winter, I'm telling you. But it's going to be wild because it's 16 times 20, and we're just going to pack the place out with Digbees during Phase 2. That's our plan here, is just to load with as many Digbees as we can. We keep going to the market, buying out any extras anybody has. We're trying to make it 16 times 20 Digbees, you know, minus 2 times 16 for the Silver Gentleman and the Interdimensional Space Cat. That's the other thing. We got like 8 Silver Gentlemen's out of doing this, out of retiring this, that we can now use over on Way of Winter, and I think I have a couple Silver Gentlemen's. Also, currently, the Silver Gentleman event, the Nutcracker event, is actually going on currently. I really do need to cover a video over the unstable event that actually can give you the Silver Gentleman, as well as what phase it is. So, for a little tip here, if any of you are after Silver Gentleman, it's the Phase 1 Nutcrackers that actually can drop as a Silver Gentleman, so you want to be summoning in the Phase 1 pool. No one even mentions this, and mainly because no one ever mentions Silver Gentlemen's, which are just so end game, guys. But as you can see, we just have all this amount of material. We went through and sold it, and we ended up walking away with 11 million astral sand. We started out with like 2 million, and then we just kept going through and selling what we wanted to sell, stuff we were never ever going to use. I kept all of my animals. Once again, I have 6 accounts I actually need to go through now and claim the space-time backpacks in for a ton more materials, and probably even a ton more deviations that we haven't collected. And once again, we came out of this with like 500 deviations. Like I said, we had so many deviations on every single account with having all these plots. So like I said, I'm doing this because I want to focus on the 16-man 1-man, but also in July, it should be the beginning of July, Endless Dream is going Visional, so it's going Starfall Inversion, and we'll be able to play Starfall Inversion Endless Stream. And when that happens, whatever the max hive limit is on Endless Streams, if it remains as an 8 or if it goes up to 16 in July when it goes Starfall Inversion, I want to bring a max size hive there too, and we're going to be doing a 1-man hive there. So I really need to let go of the mana abyss, because it really has just became, I think someone called this, like, compared it to Stardew Valley is how I was playing my perma mana abyss towards the end. And yeah, pretty much. I mean, I grew crops, I collected from deviations, I smelted ore to max out my astral sand, or my stellar stairway, and we're going to do that again on Way of Winter, which is the thing. We have so many more Digbees this time. I cannot wait to see how this goes. This is how we're going to level. This is how we're going to do everything, is just through this. It's going to be absolutely nuts, and it's also going to be how we get the materials to make gear for our entire 16-man hive. As well as, you know, get the materials that we're going to be needing for our thermal towers. I cannot wait to see how many wish boxes we actually have. I know I already have a bunch over there already transferred in, just sitting waiting on my Way of Winter, and I have so many T points. We will be able to transfer in literally every single one of the deviations here that we actually want. We will be able to transfer over to the Way of Winter. That's kind of the reason I retired this. I could have just transferred all the deviations over to Eternal Land, kept the perma-save Man Abyss with all the leveled characters, and maybe came back and built out a perma-save again. But honestly, if I'm going to be doing a One Man Hive build out, I don't want to have to like come into a world I left months and months ago and take all those materials and do anything. Now I can send them to Eternal Land and I can use them later via transfer points. That's a great thing because that feels like it's in the moment. But returning to an old server like that just didn't sound like it'd be fun to me, especially since we have Endless Stream coming up and Way of Winter is a lot of work. We have so much work left to do on the 1-man 16-man hive, guys. Like I said, I wanted to speed progress up on that, and I figured this would be a great way to do it between all these growth streams that we have going on here. All of these flame frogs, I think we're going to have to expand our furnace. Right now, it's only like a 6 furnace array on the Way of Winter, and it works for this phase 1 and this phase 2 period. But come phase 3, we're going to need more furnaces because we are going to have a lot of Digbees to harvest and smelt all of those ores for. I cannot wait to get this 16-man really on the road. We have gotten the gravity crystals farming down packed, so we are getting a lot more crystals now, and we're getting plots done more, and all of these Digbees that we did just transfer over to this box. We will actually be sending them over to a character to the Way of Winter server. In this video, we're not going to show the Way of Winter server, but all these Digbees have gotten transferred over to the Way of Winter server, and they're all placed in containment cells right now, and we still have some room for Digbees to be placed. And I think my main has a bunch still sitting on its character that I just bought out at the market. I think I ran out of containers for it. So we've got a bunch of Digbees. We've got at least 120 Digbees, I'd say, out right now, and that was 38 there that we just dropped that's going to be sent to the alt. But with that, I do believe this is the end of the video. What do y'all think of it? This is pretty much how I did my retirement on a perma server. How do y'all do it when you're a one-man hive? But I'm out. See yas. Keep it beast mode.